from the Eagle's Nest is back, and I've got a pretty unique two guests here with me. I've got the cross-country coaches, Ryan Morris, Kaitlynn Morris. Ryan, great to see you.
Great to see you.
Kaitlynn, great to see you. Ryan, I'll have you lead us off here. Talk about your running career here at ALC.
It was, excuse me. It was amazing. Obviously, we as a team, I always like to look at the team accomplishments more. My last 2 years, I used my COVID year. We finished runner-up as a team at Nationals 2 years in a row, and that still stings to this day. I won't lie about that, but I don't regret anything. I want to give a shout out to Coach Arnold, who did an amazing job for Kaitlynn and I. He's the one that brought us here, and yeah, we won quite a few meets. Second at Nationals, we were so close to winning, but as an individual, I really found my place here, and I just, not only grew a passion for the sport, but grew a passion for Alice Lloyd College, and so it's great for both of us. I think I can speak for both of us to give back to the program that we love, and we want to see it not only return to that success, but we want to finish one place higher and win a national championship. That's the expectation.
Oh, very good. And Kaitlynn, why don't you talk a little bit about your running career?
I ran all 4 years here. I was a 4-time national qualifier and also ran track. Coaching has been something I've always wanted to do, and I'm glad the opportunity opened up to do it with my husband.
Oh, very
and
good.
we're really excited to see what we can do.
Oh, very good. Now, Ryan, the press release said you are the most decorated runner in the history of Alice Lloyd College. What does that mean to you, and how does that translate into coaching for you?
Well, it's not something I normally like to talk about that much. I just left it all out there. A couple of years ago, different. I've matured over the last few years, and but it was definitely special. I worked hard for all those awards, and it's not something that I'm just like, oh, it's just there to collect dust. No, I'm proud of what we accomplished, and but I think accolades, they don't always prove that you're going to be a good coach. I think you have to really be knowledgeable of the sport. Just because somebody was a really, spectacular athlete. I'm not saying I was a spectacular athlete, but I'm just saying in general, just because you're a spectacular athlete doesn't mean you're going to, it's not going to automatically translate into coaching, and vice versa. You don't have to be a spectacular athlete to be a great coach. You got to know how to motivate, and you got to be knowledgeable of the sport. And I feel like for me over the last few years, well, ever since I graduated back in 2022, there was a lot about life that I needed to learn, and so obviously I know the sport. I'm not claiming to be an expert by any means, but I know a thing or two about it, but I really wanted to be a service to the team because like Coach Arnold and my high school coach, Coach Perkins, shout out to him if he sees this. Those two were there for me. They were there for Kaitlynn as well, and the entire team. For situations outside of coaching, the conversations about life that we had. So there was a lot that I needed to learn before I stepped into this role. And Kaitlynn's wise beyond her years. She's definitely more mature in an early age than I was. But I know that's not exactly what you asked me. But if I could just circle back to that real quick, I mean, it's an honor. I'm very thankful that I was able to accomplish everything that we accomplished. But right now it doesn't really. I'm not going to say it doesn't mean anything, as it does, but it doesn't translate into automatic success. We got to go out there and earn it, and that's what we plan to do.
Oh, absolutely. It reminds me of, as a basketball fan, Larry Bird, right? Mm-hmm. Larry Bird was a great great player for the Boston Celtics in his day, 13 years with Boston, and then he leads Indiana Pacers to an NBA Finals appearance in 2000. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like a great player does not always mean a great coach. And that's also been the case that way also in sports. Kaitlynn, why don't you talk about what brought you here?
What brought me here was
besides me, of course.
You. I wanted to run in college, and I got an opportunity here that I couldn't pass up. And BA, Coach Arnold, he really brought me here. And when I came here, the atmosphere felt such like home, and I loved it. So I'm glad that I get to live here, I get to coach here and work. This place is home.
Yeah. It truly is a special institution for those of us that got to experience it as students and now as staff. It's completely, to still walk these halls and to still see the trepidation on these faces during finals week. It is like, I've been there, done that, got the degree. So, Ryan, you ran the Boston Marathon. Was that a lifelong dream of yours? Talk about what that was like.
Yeah, that was definitely a big dream of mine since I got into running. It was kind of like a bit of redemption because, as Coach Perkins will tell you, several years before I qualified, I got a little arrogant. I went out to a Boston qualifier race and I just ran bad. I ran bad as in I didn't run smart. So when I went to the qualifying race back in 2022 in Savannah, Georgia, it definitely felt like there was some unfinished business there. But I was also trying to qualify for the NAI track nationals for the marathon, and thankfully was able to do both. But yeah, the Boston Marathon is it's kind of the pinnacle. It's the Rose Bowl of the World Marathon Majors.
Absolutely.
And it was just a super amazing experience because even though I'm not a pro athlete, but you feel like one when you're there. The thousands of people there to cheer you on, the organization of the race, it was just top tier. And I qualified for it again I ran the qualifying time at Boston, so that qualified me for next year. But unfortunately, for the second time, I tore the meniscus in my right knee. I did a 40-mile ultra marathon in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and that knocked me out of running Boston and for the second time. And then I had the surgery, and my doctor, Dr. Royalty, he told me, he said, man, it's twice you've gotten lucky, because all they did was just kind of move some things around the meniscus, take things out. And he said, but we've taken out as much as we can. If you tear it again, you're probably going to need a full-on repair. So my marathon days are pretty much behind me now, but I still run and I still enjoy it. We run with the team for practice and everything, and we're part of a race team out in Bristol, Virginia, and so we get to stay competitive, stay in shape, and so it's been great. But yeah, Boston was awesome.
Oh yeah, the cradle of liberty and great American city. And Kaitlynn, what are you and your husband hoping to bring as cross-country coaches to the program?
We want to be somebody that's like a mentor to these kids. We want to not just have them here to run, but also coach them later on in life. So we want to be those people to them.
Yeah. And Ryan, if there are runners in our service area that want to reach out to you all, how do they go about doing that?
Well, you can email either one of us. My email, no caps, no spaces, is Ryan, R-Y-A-N, Morris, M-O-R-R-I-S, at alc.edu. So you can shoot me an email, but most likely we will probably find you first because we basically live on Mile Split, and so we're always recruiting. It's a year-round thing. But there's always some runners that kind of slip through the cracks. There's just so many schools, there's so many great talent out there that it's easy to overlook, and we've had that happen. You overlook some people. So, but yeah, you can reach out to us, and same thing for Kaitlynn. You can email her, Kaitlynn Morris, alc.edu, and we'd love to connect.
Yeah. Final question: what does the cross country program look like next year, 2026, for you all?
Well, it's looking a lot, and Kaitlynn can speak to this. Right now we have 2 full teams already assembled, those who have already committed or have already signed. We have 2 signings coming up this week. It'll be 3 this week. We had 1 the other day. Chase Weston out of Lee High School, we just recently signed, and then we're going to Honeacre tomorrow, and then Chilhowee on Sunday. So we're bringing not only the numbers back, because you got to have a team. It's fine to have some individuals, because cross country is an individual sport as well. But to have a program, you want to have a team. And what's really fueling me, and Kaitlynn can speak to this too, is those 2 back-to-back runner-up trophies that are sitting downstairs. We want to win,
Yeah.
and that's the expectation, and we're going to win. And in order to win, you got to have a team that can do it, and a team that's bought in. So the team that we have right now, they're all in. They're locked and loaded, and we're ready to go. It's not going to be built overnight. It's really hard to win a national championship, as you know. You don't win these things. You don't just have one good recruiting class and then all of a sudden you're the best team in the nation. To like Ric Flair says, to beat the man, to be the man, you got to beat the man.
Woo!
Woo! Yeah, exactly. Shout out to Tammy. But no, we want to win, but we also want to be, like Kaitlynn said, really, really good mentors to the athletes, because at the end of the day, it is just a race. It is sports, but there's a lot of passion behind that. But there's bigger fish to fry, as they say. But while we're here, we want to win. Somebody's got to win, and it might as well be us. So anything you want to add on that?
You covered it pretty good.
She says that all the time when we're recruiting. I'll ask her, I'll say, anything else you want to add? She's like, no, you got it. So.
And with that, I think that is it. Ryan, thank you.
Thank you.
Kaitlynn, thank you.
Thank you.
And we will see you next week from the Eagles Nest. Take care and aloha.